Hi, I'm Judy O'Bannon. Welcome to a new program about exciting outdoor life in our state. This show will open up the world of our wonderful woods and streams and wildlife, historic sites and parks. The folks at the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and Ball State University have teamed up to bring you adventure and information. So stay where you are and come with us into Indiana's great outdoors.
It's every sports person's dream. We're here today at the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show with Indiana Outdoors. Hi, welcome to Indiana Outdoors. I'm Don Van Meter.
And I'm Jill Ditmire, and today we're actually indoors. We are at the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show, where we are finding all kinds of wonderful outdoor equipment inside. And one of the gentlemen responsible for all of the boats and the hunting equipment and the travel and everything is Dan Renfro, and your family's been doing this for a long time. And there is something for everyone here.
That's right, and we cover 6 buildings on the fairgrounds. We're the largest outdoor sports-related event in the state of Indiana. 650,000 square feet of exhibit space. We cover everything from hunting, fishing, skateboarding, motorcycling, boating, camping, and travel destinations from all over the country. Anything that has to do with the outdoors, it's here.
Well, we are normally outdoors, but we're very happy to be indoors today. In fact, we're on a boat that I will probably never be on a boat like this ever again. Thank you for giving us that opportunity, Dan. Yeah. Sure.
What a wonderful place for an outdoor sportsman. This place has everything you'd want to know if you'd like to work in the outdoors or play in the out of doors. There's so much equipment here, there's nothing here that you would want that you couldn't find. But today, we're going to look at a sport that is a little different. This is a brand new sport.
It sure is. What you do is you take a specially designed frisbee, a chain link basket, and plenty of time. Now you put those together and what do you get? A new sport called disc golf.
To find out more, we went to 2 parks in northern Indiana.
Every year we have a number of different tournaments put on by the Disc Golf Association of Michiana. We had the World Championships out here in 1996, which attracted disc golfers from all over the world, from China, from Poland. It was really a remarkable sight to see all the competitors come here to Mishawaka and put us on the map. George Wilson Park was ranked number 4 in the world. It's well known by disc golfers throughout the country because of its natural setting and the hills and challenging course.
My name's Dustin Kozik. I've been playing disc golf since 1991 for 9 years. This is my first pro season. I was rookie this year. In the past 10 years, the sport has grown. I think since 1990, over 250 new courses have gone in throughout the United States, or actually all over the world. In this area, I know in the past 10 years, we've gotten 3 new courses. A lot of people have trouble throwing a disc. A lot different than a frisbee. This disc golf disc takes more power. There's certain ways to throw it into the wind, behind the wind at your back. It's just not a finesse. It's not like a frisbee. You just can't toss it. You got to really know how to throw it, how to angle it, and just different types of throws. Just to get out and try it. It takes practice. You might not get it. A lot of people quit after their first time because they find it difficult to throw. The thing, you really got to go out and you got to practice with the disc. Find one you like.
My name is Brian Cummings. I've been playing since 1977, so I guess that would be 23 years. We have state championships every August, last weekend in August, and it's going to be held here because this is the benchmark course of Indiana. We go by skill and age. So we have Masters Division, which is 40 and over, Grandmaster is 50 and over, and then they have different degrees of each age category. Then there's open, open division is open to all ages, that's the pro division. I think if a person has reasonable coordination, whether they're big or tall, they can play well. It's not predicated on it being 6'5" and being able to lift 500 pounds. It's pretty much predicated on, you know, hand-eye coordination or dexterity, those type of things. My favorite kind of course would be the one with the most versatility. The black eye of most courses they're all one type of shot. Like many courses are just like woods courses where all the shots are real tight, or some courses are real open. This course that we're playing today has open shots, tight shots, up and down, all different length of holes, and you can't just dial in one shot. You've got to be able to throw all different shots at all different times.
I'm the acting president of the Ileana Flying Tigers Disc Golf Club, and that's an organization that we've formed to help promote the sport of disc golf and get people out and learn how to play. What I like about disc golf is the fact that it's an extremely competitive sport that is not team-oriented, where you go out, if you mess up, it's only on you. Another thing that's really nice is the fact that it's very inexpensive. Every course I've ever played has been free, and the cost of discs is minimal. We do play year-round. Some of us dieharders get ourselves involved in these open tundra and you know, the UR cold tournaments where, you know, you're playing in 6 inches of snow and freezing temperatures, and it's very unbearable, and it's difficult to find your frisbees, but it's a blast. The best time to play frisbee golf would have to be early in the morning so you can play all day long. Spring, summer, winter, fall, it doesn't matter. You can go any state in the entire country and find a course to play.
For more information, contact the Professional Disc Golf Association, P.O. Box 2145, Little Rock, Arkansas 72203, or go to the website www.discgolf.com. Here are some of the places you can disc golf in Indiana. You know, many hunters and fishermen come to the Boat Sport and Travel Show to see the new equipment. But what do they do with all of those wildlife and fish trophies that they collect?
Well, they might have them mounted, as we'll see in our next story.
Indiana Outdoors traveled to Red Key in Jay County to watch a taxidermist ply his trade.
My name's Roy Kraftjack. I'm a taxidermist. My shop name is Nature's Best Taxidermy, and I've been at it for 23 years. Taxidermy is mounting of animals to preserve them for a lifetime so that other generations can see them and see what they are. Taxidermy itself is the moving of skin. That's where they get the word taxidermy from. Taxis, to move, skin, dermy. More or less moving skin. The buck licking itself, it's mine. It's just one I got for display. Hell, these guys are fun to do too. Everybody says they look like your mother-in-law, but they're not pretty. Everybody wants to hang one on their wall, and that's fine with me, because the more boar heads come in, more money I get. For deer head, for instance, for starting out, you want to get a measurement from the eye of the nose to see how much distance you have there. You need a neck measurement to see how big around the neck is on the animal. And then after you get done getting your measurements, on a deer head, usually there's like a T-cut. It goes from horn to horn. Skin the animal to get the hide off. Once the hide's off, you take and you have to flesh it. You got to get all the meat and fat off the hide. You flesh everything and salt it good. Get all that wet salt out, resalt it again, and set it aside again for a day. And then the next day I take and shake them out, resalt them and hang them up, let them get almost dry, and then they go through a pickle bath, where you make an acid bath, and they soak in it for roughly 24 hours. Once that's all done, you're ready to order your mold, put the skin over the mold. Those measurements you took from before, all the catalogs have all your different measurements for whatever size deer you need. Years ago, back in the 50s and 60s, they didn't have the foam molds that they have nowadays, and you use the original skull from the animal, and a lot of times, a lot of the different bones you use, you had to boil them and clean them all out. Once the form's there, you had to get the form ready. Cut the lip slots. Take and fiberglass your horns to the form. Every time I go into the auto store and buy Bondo, they go, "Oh, I'm gonna do some body work." And I said, "No, I'm gonna mount some deer heads." And they look at you real funny, like, "What?" Once that stuff sets up, it's like a rock. Proceed with putting it together. I'm using Bondo on the ears. There's plastic ear liners that you can use too. I like to Bondo myself because I can shape them the way I want them. I just use a potter's clay for the eyes and finish work around the horns when I put them on. It's about the cheapest clay, and it seems, I think it works good. And then pre-fit your skin and see if everything fits. Just latex caulk. It's like for a hide paste. You know, if it's too big or too small, make sure everything fits the hide to the form. Once you get it slid over the mold, put the horns, screw the horns back into the top of the mold, and then take and start sewing up around each antler, and then across and down your seam in the back. It's starting to look more like a deer. A lot of it's a hands-on process. I've learned, from hands-on. If you're watching videos or trying to pick it up that way, it's not as easy as actually having hands-on and doing it. This is a real horse. It is a colt that we had born here, and it died of natural causes. And all the years I've been doing taxidermy, I've always wanted to make a Pegasus. Trying to find wings that fit on a full-grown horse is sort of hard to do, and this one here really worked out well because the wings come off a swan. So we went ahead and I got my Pegasus made, which is, like I say, it's one of these unique things. I've never seen one done before, and I never heard of anybody else talk about it. So as far as I know, it's the first one ever put together. So I think that's probably the neatest mount I've ever done. I've always wanted to do it. I hunted a lot myself, and I decided I could save money if I learned how to do taxidermy. I could mount my own animals, and once I learned how to do it, it wasn't a hobby or for myself anymore. Everybody that knew I was doing it wanted me to do their stuff, and it wasn't long it went from a hobby to a business. And now instead of hunting all the time, I'm mounting deer heads all the time. So I guess you take the good with the bad.
For more information, check out the website, www.taxidermy.net. Let's see what you know about taxidermy. Answer these quiz questions. Number 1, in a modern deer head mount, the only natural parts of the animal used are A, antlers and skull, B, antlers and skin, C, skull and skin. 2. In the 1800s, rags and cotton were used in a crude form of taxidermy, popularizing this word that taxidermists shun today. A, ragged, B, stripped, C, stuffed. And 3. The word taxidermy comes from 2 Greek words which translate as A, movement of skin, B, mounting of feathers, C, transportation of bones. If you answered B, antlers and skin on number 1, you're a good listener. The answer to the second question is C, stuffed. Don't get caught calling them stuffed animals. And the word taxidermy means A, movement of skin.
Outdoor sports aren't just for men anymore, Jill.
No, they're not, Don.
The Department of Natural Resources and the Indiana Hunter Education Association team up each year to sponsor a program to help women enjoy the great outdoors.
And times certainly have changed, Don. We're sitting in front of a camper from 1921. I have a feeling there weren't many women camping in this back then. But like you said, women are getting more involved in the outdoors, and our reporter, Julie Ramey, took part in a program called Becoming an Outdoors Woman. She took part in this program on the Flat Rock River near St. Paul, and she filed this report.
The Becoming an Outdoors Woman program is a program for women 18 years and older. It's just a short weekend to explore new activities in the outdoors.
The weekend activities range from the dangerous rocks of rappelling to the placid waters of lake canoeing and to the yummy treats of honey tasting. Good times and lots of laughs are had when a fashion show displays the latest technology in outdoor wear. There are even those who are willing to share their talents with the group. We know why the Becoming an Outdoors Woman program began, but we don't know how. State Coordinator Jennifer Kane tells us how Dr. Christine Thomas got it all started.
And she did a survey of women and found out the deficiencies in outdoor activities for women and what they can be involved in. And so this is her brainchild. She just figured out what kind of activities women wanted to do and how to get involved, and she started the first program.
I have 2 kids in college, and my husband's a police officer, so we're, I guess, very busy, high-stress family, and this is God's gift to us. I don't know how else to describe it. This is really what living is all about, being outdoors.
I work at a mental health center, and I'm a therapist, and so I have a rather stressful job. Being here really isn't that different than some of the things that I try to teach people when I am in the therapy office, that they need to take time to relax, to step aside and to enjoy what's around them, and it's very therapeutic. And so it's something that when I tell people that I'm working with that you need to take care of yourself, I can really say it and mean it because I do it myself.
But Becoming an Outdoors Woman isn't just a therapeutic escape.
It was fun and exciting and scary all at the same time.
About 4 years ago, I took the hunter education class with my youngest son, who is in 4-H. And so all 4 of us have taken that class now. But I've never felt real comfortable with handguns. So this is a good opportunity for me to get some good instruction on handguns, get the feel of handling them, and be comfortable with different models and makes before I make the choice of what one I want to buy for me.
All of the participants get a bang out of the Becoming an Outdoors Woman workshop, but there are some quieter activities. But if game cleaning and taxidermy aren't your calling, maybe a more peaceful sport is what you are looking for.
I fish for all kinds of reasons. Enjoyment for one, sport fishing for another. Not a nice one. Cool. Becoming an Outdoors Woman is teaching women that would never really get out in this field. They feel too threatened maybe by their husbands to teach them, or maybe they don't have somebody to teach them these things, and they're able to come out in a situation like this in an environment that's just not threatening and learn tons of information about hunting, about fishing, about the outdoors in general. It's an excellent opportunity.
So whether you are old friends with Mother Nature,
in 1996, I hiked the Appalachian Trail, beginning in Georgia and hiking up into Maine. I covered approximately 1,200 miles.
or you are just a beginner,
Nothing was hurt but my pride.
Becoming an Outdoors Woman weekend is something that every woman can enjoy.
And so ends another successful Becoming an Outdoors Woman weekend. See you next year.
If you think you'd be interested in attending a Becoming an Outdoors Woman weekend, call BOW at 219-461-8257 or call the Department of Natural Resources at 317-232-4010. For those of you who'd rather read about adventure than actually participate, Indiana Outdoors recommends these two books: Becoming an Outdoors Woman by Christine Thomas, the founder of the nationally acclaimed program, and Adventurous Women, The Inspiring Lives of 9 Early Outdoors Women by Dorcas S. Miller. Who knows, you might be inspired to have your own adventure outdoors.
Our reporter Julie just might try the rock climbing wall here at the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. I think she would too. Other members of the Indiana Outdoor crew did a little climbing too, underground. They went down to the Wyandot Cave State Recreation Area near Cordon.
Down there you can explore caves in safe, open, wide spaces. That's where I would be, Don. Or you can actually go caving. Maybe you would do something like that?
No.
Either way, our story shows you both types of caving at Wyandot.
The reason I enjoy caving is the challenge. First of all, being able to see what you're able to do, see if you can fit through that next tight squeeze, and also the mystery of it, seeing what's around the next bend. My name's Todd Webb. I'm the Assistant Property Manager at Harrison Crawford State Forest, and I'm in charge of Wyandot Caves. Wyandot, I think, is an excellent cave. It gives a good contrast to some of the other commercial caves in the area. The people that enjoy coming to Wyandot, wide range of age groups, children, older individuals, people that normally wouldn't go caving because they don't have either the knowledge or the skill or the confidence. They can come to Wyandot. It's prepared pathways, it's electrically lit, it's guided, so it provides a good, comfortable atmosphere for a wide range of people to enjoy the experience.
This is my second time caving and I love Wyandot. I loved all of the stalagmites and stalactites. That was really cool because I've never seen so many in one cave.
In the large cave, you're going to see a lot of very large open passages, a lot of areas that have been trenched or dug out for commercial tours. Most of that was done privately when it was privately owned. You're going to see halectites, which are, again, a very rare type of formation, but by and large, just large rocky passageways. These caves are going to be different from, say, a wild cave, mainly in the effort that's gone into preparing pathways, preparing lighting, the fact that the tours are guided. They're a much more controlled, much less risky type caving experience for people. In a wild cave, there's not as much of a safety factor built in. You're typically wet. You're typically descending, possibly in very deep pits on ropes, negotiating treacherous terrain where it's easy to slip and fall, get stuck.
It wasn't so bad.
There's no lighting, so if your light goes out, you're in the dark. So you just have to be much better prepared, much better shape physically.
You done?
Yeah. And you have to know what you're doing, because again, it's very easy to become injured if you're not doing it intelligently. So definitely go with people that are experienced, know what they're doing, because again, it's not for everybody and it can be a very hazardous pastime.
If you're interested in caves, you might join the National Speleological Society. The NSS sponsors trips, offers training, and practices cave conservation. Here's a list of the Indiana chapters called grottos. Oh, Don, what an afternoon. I can't believe all the activities for people who like to do things outdoors.
Oh, this is a great place. It's the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. We sure thank the Renfros for allowing us to come here. Well, that's our show for today. We appreciate you listening to us. We'll see you next time on Indiana Outdoors. Bye.
Bye-bye. Now, I'm thinking you drive this boat out of here.
I think you should buy this boat for me.
Okay, I owe you. You bought the honey last time. I'll buy the boat.
Seems fair.
Hope you have a lot of time to wait, though. If you would like to learn more about Indiana Outdoors or the natural resources and recreational opportunities in the state, check out our website at www.indianaoutdoors.org. Meet the staff. Preview upcoming programs. Find out which stations carry the show and when you can view it. Send us your comments on email from this website. Let us know what you think of our show.